Cars heading to the grid now then for the third and final race of round 2 of the Missed Apex iRacing Formula Renault 3.5 Championship from Silverstone. And it will be Barry Kemp who lines up on pole position ahead of Sam Watley. Ivan Anderson and Alex Dronsma line up on the second row of the grid. Watch out for Dronsma. He's been very fast. Adrian Clark and Matt Trumpets line up on row 3. Then comes Jose O'Donnell and Luca Harrison on row 4. Colin Ward and Lucas Raskovitz inside the top 10. Then comes Richard Spanners Ready, Alex Smith and Stephen Williams ahead of Tim Ellis and David Hatton. Remember, they were involved in a very big scrap in the sprint last time around. Championship leader Kyle Power in 16th ahead of Daniel Snorterland, Danny Henney and Sam Harper, and our race 2 winner, Gregoire Gomez. And here come the lights now. We're about to get underway for the third and final race to round off round 2 of the Missed Apex iRacing Formula Renault 3.5 Championship. Lights are out now, and Sam Watley is the car that immediately leads the field away from the front row of the grid. I think we ended up missing Barry Kemp there. Big contact, though, in the middle of the field. Ward was involved in that. Couldn't quite make out who else was caught up in it as well. But the timing screen alight with colours as the cars were filing down the order side by side here for second place, as Johns was trying to get through into second place straight away and does so ahead of Ivan Anderson. Adrian Clark has gone for a spin on the exit of Aintree there. In the meanwhile, from fourth place, another car ending up in the barriers as well. Much more chaotic start to this race than we saw in race number 2. But Alex Johns was there into second place straight away. That's absolutely crucial for him. Could well have been Luca Harrison who was caught up in that that first corner incident, because he's absolutely dropped off my timing screen. But crucially, Gomez, race 2 winner, he's gotten through cleanly, as has Power, as has Henney. Again, Kyle Power, a big moment there, way into the barriers at Copse Corner. Here it is again. He was in 7th place. He was side by side with Henney. Unbelievable drama. Did they make contact there? Those two have been rivals for many, many seasons, and Power just about actually kept it out of the barriers, but he's down in 27th place as Dronsma meanwhile has made a move for the lead into Stowe Corner. Dronsma has hit the front. He's ahead of Watley now. Very dramatic start to proceedings in this final race of the night. So Alex Dronsma leads them out of the final corner at the end of lap 1. Sam Watley is in second place. Ivan Anderson clinging on to third place ahead of Jose O'Donnell, but only just. Then comes Alex Smith. Trumpets has hung on to 6th place. Danny Henney is up into 7th. Great start for him. Then Tim Ellis and Gregoire Gomez, they've all made great starts as well. They're just behind him. Raskovitz in the top 10. And Gomez trying to get up on the inside there. Gets it all locked up against Ellis and has to relinquish the position there in the end, but just about keeps it ahead of Raskovitz. It's side by side for second, meanwhile, going into Brooklands Corner. And Ivan Anderson is the car that comes out ahead of Sam Watley there. So he was coming under pressure from Jose O'Donnell, but he's ended up making the move on Anderson in that yellow car with the red rear wing. But now Watley in the yellow and white car trying to get through. He's very close, practically pushing him towards Copse Corner. He's got to be wary of O'Donnell and Smithy behind him as well, because they are also squabbling not just for the overall position but for their class position as well. These two also fighting for the silver class lead as well. But Anderson ahead as they come out of Chapel, starting to pull clear. And look at that, Smithy trying to get up on the inside as well into Stowe Corner. That's for the gold class lead. And yep, side by side there, Smithy goes through on O'Donnell. That's 4th place for him. And look who's arrived on the scene. It's Danny Henney as well. In fact, Henney's just popped a move up on the inside of O'Donnell and made it 5th place already. So don't discount Henney for another sprint race podium. Look at this. Watley's not giving up the fight on Ivan Anderson for what is 2nd place overall as well. Smithy there trying to get through as well. Oh, in fact, there is Smithy trying to get through into 3rd place on the outside there of the loop. And Watley had to leave him some space there in the end, actually. And has ended up losing that spot and a spot to Danny Henny as well. Oh, he's tumbling down the order now with an awful run. Got a car off in the middle of the straight as well. Plenty of smoke being kicked up there. But Henny through into 4th place. It was Mark Greenhow that was the car that went off. Here's how it happened. Oh, maybe just a little too eager on the DRS button there, perhaps. And good avoiding there. Whoever was having to get his car halfway off the track to avoid that. Very well done there. On board with Henny now as he's looking at the back of Alex Smith for a spot on the podium now. Through Maggots and Beckett's. Now I wonder, because Jonsman's lead, some 3.8 seconds, how quickly can Henny get himself into clean air, and would he be able to close down Jonsman? It's exactly the kind of thing he would do back in the Formula 3 days. Been a totally different story since we switched to the 3.5. Smithy getting up on the inside into 2nd place, ahead of Ivan Anderson there. Anderson trying to fight back immediately on the outside into the Vale chicane, and Henny ends up making a move himself, side by side here for 3rd place. Henny on the wrong line on the outside as Jonsman does the fastest lap of the race, still side by side here for 3rd place, but Anderson ends up yielding the place, and Henny through now onto the podium placings. Smithy the next car in the queue. There's Gomez making a move up on the inside. He's now into 5th place ahead of Jose O'Donnell. So both these guys have come through the field with great speed. Gomez now trying to make up another spot here into 4th place down the inside on Anderson. Very nicely done by the Frenchman. And now will look to set his sights on Henny for a spot on the podium as well, assuming they both get past Smithy as well, and they can squabble it out for 2nd place in the closing stages of this race. Look at this. Henderson and O'Donnell not done sparring either for that 5th place spot. Just behind Gomez. Let's look at Stuffy. He's up in 11th place at the moment, just behind Raskovich, just ahead of David Hatton. Spanner's in 14th as well. He's dropped a few places since the start of the race. He's looking at the back of Daniel Snorterland, the debutant this weekend. Coming through Stowe Corner, there is Spanners. We've got Tim Ellis for close company, actually. So it's been a difficult start for Tim Ellis. An even more difficult start for Stephen Williams as well. I imagine he was caught up in that opening lap kerfuffle. He's all the way down to 25th place at the moment. Carl Power, meanwhile, still down the order in 19th place after that spin. And I managed to... actually setting the fastest lap of the race, though. Very nicely done. Oh, Spanner's a bit wide there into Village. And look at all this drama in front of him. Trumpets has gone round, well avoided by those two. Yeah, big drama there. Here's a look at what happened to Trumpets here. No, it's all kicking off. Oh, so we got a punt there from, is that Andrew Sexton, or is it, oh no, it's Stuffy. Oh my goodness me, so 2 of the Missed Apex panel have come together. Big drama there. Great news for Carl Power. He picked up a couple of spots there into 17th. So I missed out on the commentator's curse, luckily, for Dronsma, but immediately gave it to Carl Power instead. It's not been good for the commentator's curse today. And, oh, look at that. Trumpet's getting him more contact there as John Langan getting involved in that as well. And looks like Trumpet's actually missing some of that rear bodywork as well. So he will definitely be compromised. Oh, look at this. Gomez. Gomez has gone through on Henny. In the meanwhile, he's into 3rd place and now looking at the back of Smithy for 2nd place. So Gomez, the race 2 winner, already back up into a podium position, and we're only just about at the halfway point in this race. Johnson's just gone over the line to start lap 6 of 11. His lead is 5 seconds over this battle for 2nd, and Gomez with the fastest lap of the race. And now looking to take second place away from Smithy here. Up on the inside, very close though, before they get on the anchors. And look at this, Smithy's not taking this line down at all. He's still got the line into the loop. Who's got the better traction here onto the Wellington straight? And Henny may well make this a 3-wide situation here and try and take both of them, because Henny and Gomez, they have not been the best of friends on track either. And Henny with a double move. Oh, not quite. Gomez trying to get it around the outside. He hangs on just about. Henny with a good run here through Luffield, but he's on the wrong line. Still side by side here. Gomez trying to stand his ground, but Henny's got the momentum. Going to be side by side into Copse Corner, surely. Gomez will have the high ground. This is for second place in this race. Henny, has he just drawn enough of a car length on him? This is so close, unbelievable. Henny just runs off the track and takes second place away from Gregoire Gomez. Stunning stuff. Absolutely sensational battle here for second place between two drivers who have shared an awful lot of history in a very short space of time, not least at this circuit where they came together fighting for the lead of the race on the final lap. And that's what gave Kyle Power the win that day. There's no love lost between these two, and we're seeing another fantastic battle between the pair of them once more. Great news for Alex Jonesma in the meanwhile, who is now 6.5 seconds clear of that battle. He's heading through Abbey now, just as the battle for second place comes down the straight. As Jose O'Donnell, meanwhile, still hanging on to 5th place, just ahead of Sam Harper and Ivan Anderson. And also Sam Watley and Raskovitz right in that battle as well. Oh, Gomez for second place. He's got a run here onto the Wellington straight. Henny looked a little wide on the way out of the loop section, and Gomez here will surely have a crack at second place once again. Henny doesn't defend, and Gomez goes through. Very easy move made in the end there by Gregoire Gomez. Four laps to go after this one. Gomez back through into second place. Jonesma well clear now by 7.5 seconds. He's led this race since the end of the first lap, having started 4th on the grid. These two have had to come back up the order from 20th for Gomez, 18th for Henny. Been an absolutely sensational drive. Here's that battle for 5th place we were looking at. That goes all the way down to Watley in 9th place. O'Donnell there starting to gap a little bit. Actually, he's been done by Harper already. So O'Donnell down to 6th. And look at this. This is Raskovitz trying to get up on the inside of Ivan Anderson there into Stowe Corner. Raskovitz with the line, but Anderson with the momentum, and he hangs on to the place. Very nicely done there by Anderson. And Anderson still hanging on to that silver class lead as well. As Gomez does the fastest lap of the race. Now he's in clean air ahead of Henny. But he's not dropping him too quickly. Back out onto the Wellington straight once again. Henny doesn't look like he's close enough to have a run at Gomez down into Brooklands, but certainly not letting the Frenchman out of his sight. It's Stephen Williams, the feature race podium sitter, all the way down in 19th place. And yeah, I wondered if he was caught up in that first corner incident. Kyle Power up into 13th place meanwhile. It's been a good recovery drive so far, but obviously not what he wanted from this race at all. He is closing down on the top 10. Currently that's being disputed by David Hatton and Tim Ellis. And actually then we can just see that battle actually with Hatton there looking at the back of Alexander Dobertsberger, of course our feature race winner, and started 23rd in this one. It was not a good sprint race one for him at all. Oh, look at Ellis here, got the run on the hanger straight, would be down the outside into Stowe Corner. Hatton Holding the line, though, very nicely indeed. And, oh, no, that's interesting. Ellis heading for the pits. Now, why would he be doing that? I can only assume that he's had some sort of... oh, that's why he's hit the incident point limit. Very unusual for Tim Ellis to be racking up incident points like that, but he's had too many of them and has now incurred a drive-through penalty. Wow. So this is O'Donnell in 6th place, 2nd in the gold category. Raskovitz bearing down on him as well. I just see gap between Henny and Gomez has gone out quite dramatically, 1.4 seconds. I think on that last lap, Henny ended up getting very deep into the Vale chicane and almost went into the back of Gomez. Had to take avoiding action, and that's what has caused that gap to spread a little bit. So Gomez looking very comfortable now in 2nd place with 2.5 laps remaining. Yeah. Further back, we've got Hatton still in that 10th place spot, but right in the thick of the action here with Watley. And look at that, Power's now on the back of these guys as well. So still some good points on offer here for Kyle Power, but this lot looking at the back of Ivan Anderson. Dobbertsberger's just gone through in the meanwhile as well, up into 8th place. And look at Power there, making a move now on Sam Watley for 11th. Up on the inside on Stowe Corner, and he goes through. That's Power now up into 11th place on the recovery drive after that lap 1 half spin at Copse Corner. Gomez does another fastest lap of the race. He's been stringing those in, but the lead gap's still over 6 seconds, so nothing doing there with 2 laps to go now. Power looks to make his way into the top 10 now. Hatton here with a run on Ivan Anderson. Getting very close and braking for Village. And Hatton lining him up out of the loop. And Power showing his nose there, knowing he's got an opportunity to make his way into the top 10. He's on board with Hatton down the straight, but actually Power's the one that's closest. And looking to make the move, but having to jink out very late from behind the slipstream. So much overspeed there, and that's given Power an opportunity to try and get through. Going to be a long way around the outside of Luffield though, and it doesn't work. Anderson doing a great job to hang on to these places while these guys are squabbling it out, but Power's got the run here, and he'll have the line into Copse Corner as well. But he's got to try and not get boxed in behind Anderson and not get his nose chopped off there. Hatton didn't leave him much space at all, only just about the space he needed, and now he's trying to go around the outside of Maggots and Beckett's. This could end in tears. See Power having to check up there so it doesn't slam into the back of that Monster Energy car, and they've both ended up losing massive ground on Anderson as a result of that. Now can Power finally use that momentum and blast his way down the hangar straight. He's into 10th place. Well, he may well have another bite of the cherry here as he's going round the outside of Anderson. It's going to be 2 moves in about 1 corner for Power, up into 9th. And Hatton now up on the inside on Anderson. And it's going to be like a bit of a domino effect here because Hatton hasn't made it work. Trying to get around the outside there on Anderson, who wants to hang on to this top 10 position. We're now on to the final lap of the race. So opportunity starting to wear thin here for David Hatton. Looking up the inside. Look at that. Anderson very, very late on the brakes compared to Hatton. Sam Watley lurking in the background there as well, trying to take advantage of that. And of course, Anderson and Watley fighting for the silver class honours in that, only separated by Hatton at the moment, so could be crucial come the end of the race. There we saw Alex Stromsma still 6.5 seconds to the good on Gregoire Gomez, who despite his fastest laps not been eating into that advantage anywhere near enough to close in. This battle for 10th place going right down to the wire here, trying to hang on through the inside of Copse Corner, blocking Hatton's attempt there. And Sam Harper in 5th place here could have a place on Smithy as well. But here comes Alex Stromsma is into the Vale chicane for the last time. And Alex Jones has been on the podium twice this season already. Now, for the first time, it will be the top step of the podium as he wins the final race of the night in round 2 of the Missed Apex iRacing Formula Renault 3.5 Championship. Gregoire Gomez, brilliant drive from 20th on the grid. It'll be second for him, and Danny Henny, another podium finish for him. Meanwhile, that battle that we were watching for 10th place over the line, and it's Anderson who takes it. Hatton ended up having a bit of a wobble on the final lap, trying to go side by side again into the Maggots and Beckett's complex. In the meanwhile, let's have a chat with Alex Jonesma, our race winner. I mean, Alex, that first lap, you made the moves you needed to. Can you hear us, Alex?
Oh, sorry, not pressing the button.
Yeah, always important, that one. Yeah, I mean, what a first lap.
Yeah, I think it's so difficult to overtake here, isn't it? It's just had to get in front and just pull away. And I saw Henny and Gomez sort of going up the order, so yeah, I had to get my foot down.
I was just saying, you've been on the podium twice already this season. First time on the top step as well. It's been a very competitive start to the season for you.
Yeah, not too bad. I wish I was a bit better in traffic. Something always seems to go awry, but with people like Greenhow and now Smithy and a few others coming up the ranks, it's going to be tough this year. It's going to be competitive.
Yeah, I mean, how's it been, trying to grapple with these new cars? I mean, obviously the following seems to be a lot harder. The sprint races seem to be a bit more of a lottery now as well.
Yeah, so easy to lock up if you're following closely, or the wake and the understeer is pretty dire. So yeah, it's a lot more technical than the F3s.
Yeah, certainly been a very big challenge. Alex, congratulations on the win. That was a mega drive.
Thank you very much. Well done commentating. Beautiful stuff.
Thank you very much, Alex. Do like that one. Let's take a look at the results then. Alex Jonesma takes his first victory of the season. Gregoire Gomez, a stunning drive to second ahead of Danny Henny. Consolation after his very dramatic night. Alex Smith takes the gold class win in 4th place overall ahead of Sam Harper and Jose O'Donnell. Then comes Alexander Dobertsberger. He came up the order from 23rd on the grid. Another great drive from him. Then Lucas Raskowitz, Carl Power recovering to 9th in the end there, with Ivan Anderson taking the silver class honours just ahead of Sam Watley by only half a second. Stephen Williams, another recovery drive there, but he got up to 12th. Spanners in 13th. David Hatton falling to 14th on that last lap there, ahead of Andrew Sexton and Peter Shilcock. Alexandros Mirovkani, Nick Alexander, Tim Ellis, and Richard Molden completing the top 20. And that is all from the second round of the championship from Silverstone. And we will see you in a few weeks' time at the 3rd round of the season. Thanks for joining us.